in that channel, you'll still have to compete for attention. But I think apathy, I think consumer, listener, visual, consumer apathy is important. We remember this from that movie Wall-E.
Wally, yeah.
Yeah. We just become apathetic. We eat and drink anything that they put in front of us. We lay on
Yeah,
lounge
I
chairs.
remember that. That was a
Right.
crazy scene.
Yeah.
And
But it's a really important warning about where this is all heading unless we can change the narrative.
now, what should music consumers know about how this is affecting musicians, the folks that they're listening
Yeah,
to?
it's making it even harder for people to make it. The first to go are the session musicians because it's cheaper just to hire the robot to write the thing, to do the music for you. Next up are the songwriters. They're next after the session musicians because people will just use these programs to prompt songs and they'll be good enough. And so next are the songwriters, and then finally they'll come back around and they'll come for the vocalists. In the meantime, the vocalists are being prompted to, license your voice to the AI. Well, if you license your voice to the AI, what do you have to sell, right?
Mm,
Oh no, you'll get some royalties. Yeah, like
mm.
the royalties from Spotify. Yeah, great. I can sure live on those, right? And so I think that the in addition to consumer apathy, I think artist naivete is the second
What
problem
is that?
because they think the government's going to come and
Mm,
there's going to be an AI labeling bill. They think that licensing their voice and their likeness and everything else to these models is going to be enough to pay the rent. I think all that is really naive. And so in the perfect world, we would have AI out there doing its thing, Silicon Valley doing its thing, but also a channel where humans can find the truly human stuff. And then people can just push that button and screen in the human stuff, which by effect screens out the AI stuff. And at least humans can compete in a channel that we've had for the last 10,000 years, right? And at least have a chance.
what parts do you think is AI usage an ethical thing, or a good, or a better, what should folks use it for?
Yeah. So I used to say something that was, and it was such a obvious example. Everybody's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But it wasn't in the arts. I used to say, oh, well, AI should be, first of all, I think the use of AI is pretty ethical, right? Again, I'm not choosing sides, but we just choose humans. I'm not saying it's
Mm,
unethical in any way to use AI. Absolutely not. I'll never be on record saying that, right? Because there are ethical uses of AI, right? And there's nothing unethical about using AI to create a song or a TV show or whatever. It's just a different thing than the human stuff. But I used to say one ethical use of AI, obviously ethical use of AI, would be using it to cure cancer, right? Cure cancer. That sounds great. But let me give you one that's in the arts, right? So when Humanable moves into certifying TV episodes and movies, the only thing we're going to be certifying is that all the actors in the movie were humans, right?
mm,
And we'll probably have to tweak that because there are some families who have lost people, but they can commercialize that now dead actor's name and image and voice to feed the family. We'll probably have to figure out what that means in terms of our certification. I think immediately, because we talked about Superman, I think about Christopher Reeve's family. Like
mm,
I want Christopher Reeve's family to be able to pay the bills, right? And I'm sure he would want to provide for his
mm.
family even though he's gone, right? So those are some of those are some of those spaces, right? um, but um, the reason why we're focusing only on the humans, the actors, and not AI generally, is that say the movie, and I saw this once when they were making a Transformers movie. They
Mm.
totally took over Whacker Drive. There were fires burning places and all kinds of stuff, and so like movie sets. I feel bad for movie set designers, right? They're you know better get a different job, right? But I think that it would be more ethical to use AI to make it look like there's a high speed chase and a 1967 Ford Mustang, 1967 Ford Mustang goes up on its side and crashes upside down, than it would be to do harm to the environment by
Mm.
actually crashing a